Good morning, my African brothers and sisters. Again, I give God Almighty thanks for another day in the land of the living. This morning, you can see, I've made my juice. I like my organic juice. I made it with cucumber, celery, carrot, the head of the broccoli, the hard part, and apples, beetroot, lemon. I just put everything in my juicer and it came out a lovely juice. So I like to keep healthy. Okay? You're what you eat. Now, another death in America came to my knowledge. And I don't know what's going on in America, but I'm again upset. His name is an African brother by the name of Momodou Lamin. I hope I pronounce it properly. He's our African son, brother, nephew, maybe father. He was killed by police in America. I'm just thinking, is this the norm now? I read in the 18th, 17th century they were killing black people. So is this a new way? Now in those days we didn't have technologies to broadcast the killing that was going on. But now we've got technology, so many things to inform our African brothers and sisters over the globe of what is going on. And there are some negative comments. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. God created the heaven and the earth and all that is within. So why are they killing us? Why are they killing us? Oh boy. If you're a black man, you're an African. It no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man or a black woman, you are an African. So with that saying, we as black African, whether you live in the diaspora, whether you live in Africa, the Caribbean, anywhere you are, we need to start think now. We need to have a strategic planning and management, because we African are not of a lesser God. We are of the same God who created the heaven and the earth and all that is within. And God don't want no weak-heart nation. What are we going to do? Seriously. What are we going to do? I remember a few years ago, I visited somewhere, and I was in the bus, and a black woman like myself and a brown-skinned woman was arguing on the bus. I don't know any of them. I didn't know any of them. But the black woman came and sat beside me just for support. And I didn't realize till years after why she sat beside me. Because I was the only black woman in the bus. And two of us was in the bus. But she came and sat beside me for support. Now, we can't ignore this killing. We need to do something. We need to call a day of prayer. Number one. We need to go down on our knees every morning before we leave the house Some of us are believers, some of us not. But Psalms 91 says, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And down more in the scripture it said, No pestilence that walketh at noonday. If I could get my Bible now, I would just look for it. Because we need to speak the word into our life. We need to read Psalms 91 before we leave our house. Because we need protection. We need guidance. Honestly, I'm very, it's not a matter of angry. I'm very concerned and I'm very firm because I'm not a weak heart. Jamaicans is no weak heart. I'm just looking for that Psalms. I don't want to. There's a special verse in there. Says, hear what it said. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked, because you have made Yahweh your refuge, and the Most High your dwelling place. No evil shall happen to you, neither shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he will put his angel in charge of you, to guard you in all your ways. And the angel will bear you up in their hands, so that you won't dash your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and cobra. You will trample the young lion and serpent under your feet. So this Psalms tells us, the psalmist, that when you pray, he that dwelleth in the secret place, it means prayer. So when you pray every morning, if we take it as our point of duty, our first contact to pray and ask the Lord to cover us, trust me, he will. We must do something. We need to call a day of prayer. We need to pray. And one thing we need to start to do, we need to show love, start showing love in our immediate family. Showing love in our immediate family, in our schools, in our churches, in our community. And then, before you know it, love will cover all. But it doesn't mean we are not to defend ourselves. Because when we love each other, we will defend ourselves. And of course, I noticed the protests in America, and I noticed a lot of different skin color people is there too, mean that they have got love. Because we are just one human race. That hatred and that racism is from the devil. And those people who are listening to the voice of the devil, you're going to be burned, mate. You are going to be burned. Because the Almighty, he sits high up on his throne. Heaven is his throne. Earth is his footstool. Don't ever think that anything misses him. He sees everything. From the four corners of the earth, he sees everything. And Almighty God, he's coming back to pay every man for his work. Have a blessed day. And please remember, pray every morning before you leave your house. Ask the Lord to cover you. He will. He will. Ask him to cover you. Don't ever leave your house without praying. Because the Creator who creates the heaven and the earth is still on the throne. Prayer is the key. Trust me on this one. Thank you.